I've been really meaning to do these voiceovers again, but every single time I get to putting together the videos, I always talk myself out of it, or I always say, oh, that wouldn't be interesting. Oh, this topic. And then I just, I just realized that I just have to get over that hump of being so complacent. I have to just be out there and record how I'm feeling. What what's the methodology that I'm going through, and how am I going to better myself in terms of training, in terms of self thought, and I think that's the thing that I'm missing is that self reflection of everyday life and how your training's going. Right now, my training has been, I would say, is lackluster, just because there hasn't been many increases in weight for the past year. You know, like, all my lifts have been somewhat steady. Some weeks when I get to 315 on the squats, I'll do one. Sometimes I'll do four, but for the majority of the past year, I haven't been really progressing as I want to, and I think that's one thing that's holding me back in terms of making voiceovers, is that I I'm at a standstill with my lifts. Sometimes I'm just not in the right mindset to push myself past 3 plates, and maybe that's okay. You know, maybe there's another day for that, and I always think of, like, all right, you want to lift enough so that the following day you'll be strong enough to lift again. And I keep telling myself, always do 80% of your maximum capacity. You don't have to go 100 every single time. As long as it's 80% or higher, you're going to make gains in one way or another. Maybe the gains that I'm thinking in my head is, heavier, heavier, heavier. But I'm not thinking the big picture of things. And I think that's something that has to be changed in the brain. One good caveat that's happening to me is that on the running side, on the cardio side, I've been doing a lot better, actually. So now that I'm not training for any marathons, and I'm just doing running as a cardiovascular activity, my average pace has been hovering anywhere between 8 to 8:30. On occasion, I'll be like at 8:45, and that's really a big step up between my marathon pace of like 9 minutes a mile. 30 seconds shaved off is not too big of a difference, but it's something to celebrate. I eventually want to get faster and faster, and maybe down the road to shave at least 30 minutes off my fastest marathon time, which is like 3:50. So if I wanted to get to getting to under sub 3 hours for a marathon, I would have to really step it up on running. I think that's something later down the line, but that's really a achievement goal of mine. That's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one.